Hey folks, Matt aka Slash here. I am on the SMP server once again, and we are at the spider spawner in case you hadn't figured it out yet. It looks like somebody has already gone ahead. Ow! Hey, that's a 1 block gap, you fool! You can't get me through here. Unless, except that you actually did, but anyway. Somebody's already gone through and apparently gone ahead and pulled the lights out of that room so that the spiders can spawn, which is fine because they're all trapped in there, and it works decently as a grinder right now because you could be hitting them through the gap. Talk about these signs here in a minute, but look at this. Off the other end, not what? Let's actually measure. I'm curious. Let's see. We are at, this is X282, and over here we've got the actual spawner itself is sitting at X402, so that's 20 blocks from the middle of the elevator, so probably 25 to 30 blocks away from that spider spawner. Somebody, not me, found a skeleton spawner. I don't know if I'm going to try to do anything with this since we already have a skeleton grinder on the server. But maybe at some point I'll try and do something with this. The tower design over there is optimized for spiders, so I don't think that I'd be able to work the skeletons into the same thing. But that's pretty funny. I don't think I've ever seen two spawners quite that close together before. But we are getting pretty close to completion on this project. That is a lot of signs. And what these signs are for holding the water in place. I got a column of signs just on top of signs, just on top of signs, on top of signs, on top of... Sorry. And then we have a checkerboard pattern of signs along the sides. And what this is going to do, water cannot... I have some ice here. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Water cannot flow through the space occupied by a sign. So if we put an ice block here and we break it, it becomes a water source. And it is suspended, prevented from spreading anywhere that can't spread that way because of that sign, can't spread that way because of that sign, can't fall down because of this sign. And that's the principle behind the water elevator concept. For example, if I put one here, that can't go that way because of the sign in the middle. If I jump up into this, I can swim up these water sources. And that's what the spiders are going to do once we let them in this room. So what I have to do yet for this project is take this ladder out, put signs in where I need to, and just build this, put water in all the way to the top. I'm going to have to close this off. So hopefully we can find another way down here. The coordinates were just up on the screen, so if someone needs an alternate means of getting in here, it's obviously connected to a cave system. So, a super dark cave system, geez. But it would not be too difficult to get back here if we wanted to try and do something with this. Oh, geez, see? Super dark. That's okay, I needed arrows anyway. Boop. Alright. So I'm going to get to work on putting down yet more signs and working on getting the water in place. But first, I did want to show you the last little bit. I put a little bit more on the tower itself. That might help you see, if you hadn't been able to visualize up till this point, it might help you see what we're talking about. So the spiders, let me put some light up here too. Complaining about the darkness, and I'm not lighting things up either. Doop, and can't reach that. Doop. There we go. So the spiders are going to come up the water elevator to here, and then we'll have a water stream pushing them out this way. I think we can set that water stream up now. So we'll put... I had it like this in my Creative World prototype. And we're going to put water like... I don't think I needed that one. Shoot. Oh, no, I don't need the... whatever. Just put it away like that. We're going to have a whole ice cube tray. No reason to go through a lot of trouble saving ice. But we're going to have water streams here. Oh no, I think I do need that. Dang it! There. Water streams there like that will help push the spiders over the edge. We don't actually want the water flowing, so we're going to put a sign here to stop that one. We're going to put a sign here to stop that one. And we're just going to put a sign here in the middle to stop that one. And because the spiders are too wide, they'll definitely be in either this one or this one that goes right to the edge. And that will push them all the way off. So now that we've got that in place, we can cap this area. I actually should probably do this part in half slab so that we don't have to have it lit up. And I also noticed somebody's moved... Whoa, no! Ah! My forward key got stuck again because I was clicking. Anyway, I noticed that somebody's moved in over there, built a little house. Don't know whose that is. If it's yours, please let us know in the comments. Hopefully you're watching my videos. Please watch my videos. I want people to watch my videos. And you can let us know who's built over there. It's a cool house. I checked it out off camera. It's very nice. So let me take this stuff off and put half slabs up here instead. That way we don't have to worry about mob spawning. We don't have to light it up. And then like, oh jeez. I'm very thankful in doing this project that spiders require less of a fall than players to be at half a heart. Because the amount of close calls that I have had trying to work on top of this tower has been impressive. So, alright, I'm going to get to work on this and putting the water in on the bottom, and then we will see how the tower works. So, I'll be back with you in a little bit. That was really annoying. Trying to get all of the signs to place, especially considering the trying to use the ladder, was very difficult. And then trying to get all the water in place was also annoying. But Mint is on with me right now. But the water elevator is done. I'm hanging out in a corner of the columns here, and as you can see, it kind of goes up in a checkerboard pattern. So the spider will always be in a block of water somewhere, because they're 2 by 2. And this will push them all the way to the top. And this one has frozen over because it's open to the ceiling. That will be our escape route here in a moment. But then eventually these spiders hopefully will get pushed into this water stream, which will send them off the edge over there to fall to their almost demise, to then be punched to their actual demise. So what we're going to do is we're going to descend back down into the depths, and I apologize if this is a little dark for YouTube, but has to be dark to make sure that the spawns work out properly, and because every block is taken up either by a sign or a water source in this area. But this is the part where things could go horribly, horribly wrong for me. Because I have to knock out these blocks. The 2 dirt blocks here. Ow! Knew that was going to happen. The 2 dirt blocks there. And the 2 stone blocks they're resting on. I have to put signs on the wall next to where the dirt blocks are. I don't know how well you can see, but facing in this direction. So when I take that dirt block out, I'll put a sign there, and when I take this dirt block out, I'll put a sign here. And then ride to the top and escape as the spiders try to kill me. I think what I'm going to try to do is I think I'm going to try to kill them first, and hopefully get a little window in the spawn cycle. Alright, here we go. Wish me luck. Good. I'm not hitting anything. Ow. Get. Ow. Alright. Got that one. Ow. 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 Okay. Alright, let's do it. Let's do it. Break. Oh, that's a sign. Break that. I didn't have my signs ready. Sign. Break that. Close that way. Good. 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 Break that. Why do I hear Enderman? I don't love when I hear Enderman. I'm flowing again. Oh, here they come. Here they come. Break. Oh, ow. Ooh, ah. Oh. Go up. Go up. Alright, it's working. Ow. Alright, just gotta break this last one. Got it. Now we escape. Are we catching up with them? Yes, we are. I don't really want to catch up with them. So I guess we'll ride up at their rate. Whew! Alright, that was not as bad as I expected it to be. I was expecting very, very bad things. Oh, why are you going down? Why are you going down? Do I have lag? Is that lag doing that? I think it might have been lag. Oh. Nope. Ah. Oh. Making all sorts of stupid noises. Ah! Okay. Ow. Ow. Get. Okay. I gotta break this. Ow. Ow. Okay. Break this. Good. Get up. Ow. Oh, no. Ow. Okay. Good. Get the cover on. Now we should... Yep, there he goes. Alright. Let's go down and see how many hearts he has. He should just take one punch to kill, and then... Whew! Man. That's a little bit of adrenaline there for me. But since we're killing him ourselves... Oh, that's cool. We have a chance at good drops. Oh, and he's gotten tame. Yes! And we got the eye. Oh, I have 8 spider eyes. Holy moly. This should really help keep the... The, Blaze Farm potions well stocked. Alright. Huzzah! Oh, I'm in the water. Huzzah! Hooray! Exuberance? I don't know. But it's finished! The spider farm thing is done! Hooray! Screenshot. Oh, there goes one. Yes! It is working! Let's punch him. Oh! Was that lag, or was that another spider? Oh, okay, we got 2. Punch him through the gap. Oh, we got 3. Oh, yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Beautiful. Alright, let's go ahead and put a torch there. Just light this place up a little bit more against the hostile mobs outside. OCD is kicking in. 1, 2, 3. There we go. And one there is good. Excellent. I guess I'll leave the ladder. I might come back and collect it at another time. Just in case I discover that something's wrong with it. Alright. Very cool. Let's see, have I done anything new in here? Probably. This is just pointless. I was just messing around with something to try and fill the empty space there. But I replaced the wood here with the stone, so now we have sort of a stone accent wall on that side. These 3 have to be stone anyway, because that's where the spider farm is. I should make another sign just to make sure nobody knocks this out. Because if they knock it out, they're either going to get flooded or they're going to knock a sign off, and you'd have to go back inside to replace the sign, and that would be a major problem. But we are also all set up to go with our materials for the ice cube tray. I think we'll start doing some of the initial setup for that here shortly. But first, we're going to take a little nap in the bed here. Hello, sir. Poking around outside my little room. Reset all of those guys. And then we'll head out into the tray itself and... Oh no! But I want to sleep. Alright, well I guess I'll have to deal with them the old-fashioned way. But once we're all set to go with the ice cube tray, or once we're all set to go with the monster situation, we'll start working on the ice cube tray. So, catch up with you then. Where'd he go? Did I kill him? I guess I did. Alright, we'll see you later. Oh, wait. Maybe we can get a record. Let's see if we can't get a record. You're a little close. Come on. Come on, ow. Alright, good. Very good. I hit you once already, I think. I might punch you if I have to. Come on. Shoot me, you stupid skeleton. Shoot me. Oh! Ah! Dang it. Alright. Be right back. And we are back. We're going to take a look now at the refill mechanism of the ice cube tray. Just a recap in case, well, it might not be a recap. Just a state in case I did not actually say it before. This layer is going to be the bottom of the tray. This layer will have pistons. This layer will have blocks for the pistons to be on. And it will be water on this whole layer. So what we need to do is we need to set up a... I didn't collect any of my materials. We need to set up a series of channels on two sides of the ice cube tray to hold back water that would refill the tray. And we're going to set those up using... Shouldn't need that much stone. I think we're going to grab that for now. I'm going to set that up right now. Just the blocks. Stay up there, you dastardly beings. Yeah, I slept to try and make them go away, and then I remembered that Mint was on. And Jolly is as well. So, no sleep for me. No rest for the... weary? Yeah, no rest for the weary. My brain completely locked up. So in order to fill a big square area with water, the best way to do it is to place water starting at the one corner and then along one side and then adjacent side. And the replicating properties of water will cause it to... That is so much fun to watch those spiders fall. The replicating waters... oh my gosh. The replicating properties... Ow! Oh, you want revenge for your friends in the spawner? Tough luck, pal. You are out of luck. You cannot compete with this skill. Anyway, the replicating properties of water in Minecraft will cause it to fill the entire area. So what we want to put in first is the pistons that will be going on the bottom. This is the corner we're going to put the water in to start. So that's this corner here. And then we're going to have channels going all along the side like this, where I'm removing the snow. Like that. So that means that the pistons that hold the water back will need to run along here. And it's going to need to run alongside... Give me a second. I've got ideas for a collaborative recording with Jolly. I want to talk to him about when I'm done here. So we're going to place those there, and then the next thing we need to place are the sticky pistons, which will go like this. I'm just doing the one side now, but it's going to go on the other side. And that is our first row. I didn't bring any of the snow with me, but there's going to be a layer of snow along the top of these. And whenever the pistons are activated, the snow will extend up and prevent any water from here to flow over this way. So let me put in the rest of this line of pistons, and then, oops, and then I'll get back to you. Dang it! Ah! Alright, well, that didn't take as long as I expected it to, despite my complete inability to place blocks today. Criminy. Alright, now the pistons. Who's shooting? Hello? Hey! No! Come back! Eh! Did I get him? I think I got him. I see XP. Let's get up there. Awesome. Alright, now we just need to get some ice, or not some ice, some water on top of these. Not some water either. Heaven's sakes. No, we need to get snow. Snow is what we need. Alright, and there is the first phase. Well, I guess it's not the first phase. First phase was hollowing this out, wasn't it? Guess we'll call this the second phase, then, of our ice cube tray project. I think I just realized this doesn't really need to be here, does it? Because, well, no, it doesn't. Because this will hold back any water from here. There might be a 2x2 pool here, but that's not a problem. So yeah, we'll just get rid of that. Perfect. Okay, now the next thing we're going to have to figure out is how we're going to run all the redstone to power this. And I have now managed to trap myself in the back of this area. Well, that might be for the best, because what we actually really need to do is take out this part back here and back along this way, which I had taken all the time to fill in. Genius. But we're going to need that space for running the redstone wiring. So I'm going to get to work on that, and we'll probably take a quick break and maybe look at something else, or maybe we'll come back to this. I don't know. I'm just winging it. I'll see you guys shortly. Ooh, iron. Alright, and we're back, and we've done quite a bit of work off camera with some help from some of the other folks on the server. Notably, Latios was helping me place a lot of these blocks. But we have all of the freezing accelerator pistons installed and all of the redstone wired. I'll show you how it operates first, and then I'll show you how I actually have it wired up. So, oh, I want that open. We have water refill on and off. So with it off, these pistons all the way here at the outside are extended. And if you turn it on, those pistons retract. They're so far away you can't even hear them, which I think is hilarious. Ooh. But that controls that set of pistons over there for refilling the tray. And then this switch controls these pistons, which help speed up the freezing of the water. So I flick that. I love it. That is so much fun. So let me show you how the wiring works. The freezing accelerator switch actually goes back here. Let me see if I can't get... No, it doesn't go there. Where does it actually come out? I don't remember. Oh, it goes into the back of the... goes back here. There we go. So that it comes down, stepstones down over here. I think that's where it actually connects in. It comes down this line into this block. And by running into the block with a repeater, that will cause redstone adjacent to the block to also become powered. So it'll power this redstone, and it'll power this redstone. Let me put this stuff back. And then we just continue. Let's see, if we put that there, that'll cut that. So we need to go like this. Something like that. Oh, and then there. I was like, why do I have an extra dirt block? So this line just keeps going, wrapping around this outer edge. And then the rest of these take advantage of how the redstone will get power from the adjacent block. So this will get powered, run into here, then this gets power from that, runs into here, this gets power from that, etc. So it ends up, oh, it's a now bright sunny day. So that'll just continue on down the line. The torches aren't part of the mechanism, they just are here to make sure that no mobs spawn underneath. And that pattern just repeats all the way down the line, which is pretty spiffy. It's Etho's design, and I was rather impressed with the efficiency of it. You're able to keep to a pattern the entire way, and it makes it less error-prone as a result. Then the other switch, this water refill switch, it actually goes to a line that's buried over here. I extended this wall out a little bit, put some half slabs on so that monsters won't spawn on it, but the cable, I believe, actually comes out... Yeah, it comes out here. Oops. That's going to make it problematic to get up. There we go. So it comes out the back of this block, runs down here, and then is just buried underneath the ground over in that direction. And eventually it goes down further underneath and will run essentially underneath this area, and periodically, let's break through here just so I can show you. Periodically it cuts through the wall. I guess we'll just go down. So here it comes down and then it shoots through the wall and then hooks up to all of these pistons, alternating repeaters and just regular redstone wire, because if we put redstone wire next to each other like this, it'll just loop around and it won't connect into the block like we want it to. So you have to alternate with repeaters so that all the lines stay straight. And the reason that we have this extra line in the back is that redstone has a signal length limit of, I think, 15 blocks. And we wouldn't be able to put a repeater anywhere in this line to extend that limit, because it would mess up. It would either be here and then this wouldn't get power, or it'd be here and this wouldn't get power. So we have to run it separately and then have it branch off and extend out in that direction. And then this comes along here, and then when it comes back out, this finishes running this side, so then we have a repeater, and it wraps back around and splits, goes that way and powers as far as it can, comes this way, and repeats to branch back out here and pick up on the rest of these that it can't cover before. It's most likely not the most efficient method of running the redstone. Actually, the most efficient method would be to have the pistons upside down and extend downward, because then you could just run redstone on top of these blocks that the pistons are on, and because this whole thing would be upside down, and then having activated redstone on top of a block that has a piston attached underneath of it will cause that piston to extend. But I have that design in my single-player world, and it's very ugly, and I wanted to try and hide all of the redstone if possible. So I decided to take this approach. And let's see here. How do I get out of here without breaking anything? What? I guess I could just dig my way up through here. There we go. Alright. Fill this back in. It's like I was never there. So the only part of this that remains is to essentially enclose it all in and put the water in place. So that's what we're going to work on right now. And once I have finished doing that, we'll put the water in. Oh, that's interesting. I don't think that's supposed to be there. No, this should be water, or just this should be snow. Once I finish doing this, then we will place the water and then turn it on and watch it fill up. So I'll see you in a bit. So close, yet so far. I need yet more sand. Yes, sand. I need yet more snow. Criminy! Alright, hopefully that's enough. Nope. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Do I hear 19? Anybody on a 19? 19, 19, going once, going twice. Sold! Alright, we've got it this time. Oh, yeah, I miscounted, but I ended up with that one extra, or what I thought was one extra, that turned out to be exactly what I needed. Huzzah! Alright, the last step here that we have is to fill in the water trench. I'm going to start with ice, but I think we're going to need this water bucket to finish it up. Now, we can get away with only placing them every other block because they'll self-replicate. And we'll go ahead and fill that one in. Oh, that was stupid, but oh well, too late now. I only really needed ones in the two corners. Alright, now we'll go ahead and break these. Very good. Almost there. That one melted already. There we go. Perfect. Now, this is an example of a problem that we're going to have to solve, and I think the way we're going to solve it is with half slabs. But the water, if it's exposed to the air, will refreeze. I mean, that's sort of the point of building the ice tray here, so that the water will actually freeze. But if we don't cover up our source water, then the tray won't refill properly. So we're going to have to, once we get down the line here and get this filled up, we're going to have to cover these. Oops. Yep, there we go. We're going to have to cover these so that they don't freeze. Because the water will only freeze if it's exposed to air all the way up. If there's anything above it at all, it will stay liquid. And I'd also like to make the fence a bit taller, I think 1 block taller, and put a half slab cap on it. And the reason for that is that we need to get rid of all of these torches. The torches will prevent the ice from properly excuse me, from properly freezing. So we're going to need a decent amount of wood for that. Thankfully, there's a jungle right over there. I think one of those jungle trees will probably give us the wood that we need. Although, my estimating skills seem to be a bit lacking lately. So we'll see what happens. So, here is the tray with the pistons down. Oops. And then here's the tray with the pistons up. Very nice. Alright, let's go chop down a tree. Who's got a pickaxe and underestimated the amount of wood it would take to finish this project? This guy! Alright, this is a perfect example of why I put... I gotta watch out for mobs. Here comes one. Why I put these half slabs up here. They will prevent spiders from getting in while you're trying to collect ice. Unfortunately, by its very nature, the ice cube tray has to be dark to keep the water from melting, or the ice from melting again. So, as you can see, there's quite a few mobs in there. And that is an unfortunate consequence of the way that ice works. So, a word to the wise, anybody on the server watching my videos, make sure you are careful about not letting creepers blow up the ice cube tray. Okay? I would appreciate it. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez! Run away! Bravely run away! Mob spawning in there is the reason why I put a bed in here so that you could reset today. Unfortunately, that only works if you're the only person on the server, and I am not the only person on the server. So I may have to just wait for daytime, or just take my chances. Oh, I got a creeper on me. Dang it! Alright, well, that's one way to handle it, I guess. The mob spawning will be a lot better in here when it's actually full. Because the mobs won't spawn on the ice. They'll only... Excuse me. Man. That's morning voice for you. Holy moly. Oh, I do apologize. But, as I was saying, the mobs will only be able to spawn on the snow blocks that accelerate the freezing process. So, it shouldn't be as much of a concern as it just was. Worrying about creepers blowing up the ice cube tray. So let's finish this up. That should be enough, I would think. But hey! Who am I to judge? Alright guys, that is it. We have everything in place. We're ready to go. Let's see how this works. First run of this ice cube tray. Ooh, I've got the shivers. Here we go. Water refill on. Here it comes. Yep. Getting a little bit of lag, but it's filling. Awesome. Alright, now we just flick that off. We flick that on. Now let's climb up to the top of the tower and watch it freeze. It's not a super speedy process. You have to hang out for a while. And actually, the best place to hang out is inside the house, because then the spider grinder is going, and you'll be able to collect your spider eyes and silk and all of that stuff. But if you just want to watch it freeze and you don't care about the grinder, this is a fun place to do it. Ooh, a spider jockey. Let's see if we can't take out the spider without taking out the skeleton. Ha ha ha! Success. That was cool. Alright, so before harvesting, the most important thing that you can do is take a peek out the door, make sure there are no creepers nearby. Alright. Now, I think we're running into a situation here where I think there is a torch here that I think is preventing this from freezing. So I'm going to have to look into that. I'm seeing light over here, and I'm not sure where it's coming from. It seems like it's shining up through from underneath the snow for some reason, but that shouldn't be a factor in the freezing, because I've got torches all over this. But speaking of torches, this is how you speed up your... Hello? Somebody beating on the door? Hey, I'm trying to have a conversation. Beat it! Yeah, you're gonna take like years to get back to me. What about you? I saw someone. Where are you? Alright, whatever. Just trying to make a video. So, the easiest way to do this is you have to get rid of all of the water sources that have not turned into ice before you can harvest the ice. And you could just place torches to do that, and then pick them up as quick as you can so that they don't melt the ice nearby. Shut up! How'd you make it back so fast? So I'm going to go around and do that. You will also need, obviously, a Silk Touch pick. I have Mr. Silky with me. I named it because I've heard that if you name stuff, that it's more likely to be able to be repaired, or you can repair it more times with it being named than with it being just Diamond Pickaxe. I haven't done any experiments to verify that, but I figured it's worth a shot, and it amuses me. Just a couple... No, I got these holes already. Alright, so after you have all the water taken care of, no mobs to worry about, turn the freezing accelerator off. Which might take a little bit. That's quite a bit of redstone updating. Get your Silk Touch pick out, and go to town. Be very careful not to break the snow underneath. Now, even with an efficiency pick, you shouldn't be able to break the snow any faster than normal. So as long as you're paying attention, I think you'll be okay. Whew! Alright, that is all the ice harvested. And remembering to subtract away the stuff that we had to drop torches in for. The yield was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and a little extra. So I'm saying about 11 and a quarter stacks, probably, if this were to freeze over entirely. Shouldn't have to revisit the ice cube tray too often with a yield like that. After you're done, of course, you refill it. This is so much fun to watch. How just 2 little strips of water on the sides can end up filling up the entire thing is just really cool. We turn that back off, turn this back on. Let's see if we get... Yep! I'm so glad we got one. Every once in a while you'll get one of these, where this managed to freeze before the block popped up. That's not a problem. You can just harvest it if you want. Whatever. And now this will refreeze over time. So I think the only other things I have to do in this area are come up with an instruction manual. Probably pack up my materials here. I might leave some of this behind for repair purposes, but most of it I think is going to come back with me to base. And I think that's about it. So, hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you in the next episode.